This is Fat Guy Flies RC. We're out here at the Avon Park Field. We're going to take up the e-flite Habu. All right, left, up, down, right, left. It's a little windy out. You can see the flags there. So about 10 to 15 mile an hour. Probably too windy to fly, but there again, when does that ever stop me? But it's about 95 degrees out, so that wind really feels good. Now, this is sold as the Habu. They sell the STS. I don't think mine actually is the STS because mine is the plug-and-play. I think the STS refers to the completion level, like a ready-to-fly type thing. So mine's the Habu plug-and-play. And I have added a Marlin. I have added a Lemon Stability Plus receiver in there, and it has stabilization and like AS3X. It also has self-level like with safe. However, I have that part turned off. I only have the regular AS3X gyro to help with the wind. Other than that, yeah, I mean, it's not going to self-level. If I'm upside down, I'm going to stay upside down. So anyways, the only thing other than that, which that's not a mod, that's just me adding a receiver. The only thing I've done in the way of a real mod is I got rid of the stock tires because they're just a little too hard in my opinion, and they create an awful lot of bounce. And I put on DeBro's low bounce tires. I want to say they're little 1.5 inch tires, but they're a nice low bounce solution. And I got them off of Rides and Hobbies, same place I bought the plane. Man, that wind, oh gosh. But she's handling it just fine. She is handling it just fine. So, all right, let's see if we can't get her level here. Luckily, the wind is just straight down the runway. Well, never mind. Just so much wind creating so much lift underneath that wing, she didn't want to settle. I had no power. I had her out of the power too. So nice silhouette there against that bright sky. Pretty blue sky. I'm only about a quarter, maybe an 8th throttle right now. Just enough to there we go. This is one, if you're looking for an EDF though, and you've never flown an EDF, I recommend it, but I don't recommend it actually. And people are going to say, well, wait a minute, it's supposed to be a beginner EDF. Yeah, it is technically, but it's so easy to fly. And that it doesn't really give you, you're not going to learn the discipline you need like you would with flying traditional EDFs, because it's so easy to fly, it's so forgiving, great for a beginner, but honestly it could be your first plane because it just is so easy to fly. You just take it easy, take your time with it, but it'll float like a high wing plane. It really will. And you just bring her in level and flare at the very end. It is just such an easy plane to fly. So I recommend it maybe as your first plane. I don't necessarily recommend it though as your first EDF if you're wanting to really get into EDFs. Because you're not going to learn the discipline of an EDF. You got to have a nice longer approach. You got to have a longer rollout. You got to have understanding a bigger runner of a longer runway. Whereas this thing, takes off in just a few feet and really doesn't it doesn't take that long to land. And if you put these low bounce tires on it, well, then she's even that much nicer. So yeah, it's just a good first plane, really. But maybe it's just so used to it. But it's just, you're just not gonna. I would just be afraid of someone getting this plane, you know, and thinking, man, I have mastered EDFs. I'm an EDF Jet Pro, and then they get the A10, or they get that Havoc, or they get something that's really, really fast and aggressive, and then they just and much more expensive, and they just obliterate it because they're going to try to fly it the same way they fly this. And you know, this is just a great plane, period. I don't necessarily think, though, it's a great first EDF, only because it's so freaking easy to fly. You just, like I said, I keep repeating myself, I know, but you're just not going to learn the discipline you need in flying an EDF with this. If you're looking for your first EDF, you know, to go where you're going to have to really, you know, pay attention and really have, you know, some simulator time and work into it, that Marlin right there, that's a great first EDF. This is just a great plane, period, you know. So let's see how much time we have left. I flew her for 3 minutes. I'm running an HRB 3600, and you can see where I've got her placed right there. And I'm running that Lemon RX Stability Plus receiver right there. And let's see what kind of life we have. How much life is in the battery, man? How much life? I ran her hard for 3 minutes. Okay. And let's see what we got here. Boy, is it windy. 55% left, so that's great. That's awesome. All right, folks, thank you so much for watching. This is Fat Guy Flies RC. These are those Dubro low bounce tires I was talking to you about. They're kind of squishy, you know. These are 2 inch, and these are 1 3/4. So 2 inch and 1 3/4, and they just use the same hardware that you take the other wheels off to slide on. Perfect. Thank you so much for watching. This is Fat Guy Flies RC. God bless y'all.